Good evening, good evening. I got a frog in my throat, of course, the moment I begin to talk. Well, you will notice I have a picture. Someone buzzed in my ear that often in the new computers, they had a little slider that would, so you could be private or something. They couldn't spy, I guess. So I have been fiddling and found the slider, but I had it back to front for a while, so it didn't come up right away. But anyway, excitement because now I'm back on regular times, regular ways. I apologize for Sunday morning. I have talk about fear. Oh, it's so funny. All of a sudden, it's like, where's my picture? Where am I? I can't. Didn't think I could just still keep talking, but anyway. I will be doing those again sometime. I'm fairly busy this week with appointments, so we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, mental mind treatments. Gosh, I like these. Kayla phoned me up this afternoon. She tends to phone me every Monday at 4 o'clock, so it's almost like we have a little bit of it this time. Her brother Jason, we did a treatment for last week, had his left eye surgery for cancer, and now he's got his eye all closed. And it was apparently a little bit more extensive than what they planned. So she wants another treatment on continued healing for his eye in a very effective way. So let's begin. I don't have any numbers. You know what I'm going to do? I've got my tarot cards right here. So let me just see what I pick for those. That'll be a little different way of doing it, won't it? I'm mixing up a bit. Okay. So what we have here, because I forgot numbers, is the Hermit, number 9, the 7 of Wands, and the Emperor, which is number 4. So we've got 2 of the higher arcana, which is the numbers I take from anyway. So with the 7 of Wands. Now, what that tells me, like in all healing, the answer lies within you. You're the key. You're the answer. You're the one that says yes. And I really feel here is that we obey the rules, what you're told to do. 7 of Wands often is that we feel a little bit defensive about what's happening and what's going on, and we kind of fight a little bit. But the Emperor, because we get stubborn. This is the way, this is how we want it. This is what we're going to do. And what am going to suggest is that what's really important for him is to follow orders, which I don't think he likes following orders anyway. So, okay, let's do a treatment. We'll just see what comes through also. I know that there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Kayla's brother Jason, that the surgery with his eye seems to be performed very well, but now he has to take care of it. He has to make sure that he follows orders and doesn't try to think he knows better. I know that if he was to follow orders and do as he's told, then the healing of the eye may still take a little longer than he would like, but he will have effectively, his left eye will heal and he will have the vision of the world again. So for that, in the element, I give thanks as I release this, knowing that it is true and done and happy. I feel happy. Also, when Kayla and I were talking about her back playing up again because I forget which person it is that she said that the back wants to be in alignment, but there's been some work done that doesn't have it in alignment. So we're going to check to see what kind of alignment needs to be done. And again, I didn't have numbers because we were busy talking and I didn't think of numbers. So let me see what I pick up here. Now, what's really interesting is I picked 3 cards for her, which it basically is part of the number thing. I've got 2 what we call court cards, which is attitudes, and 1 number 14, which is like a 5. This is a lot about attitude too, not overdoing it. So it's like if the back is sore, there needs to sort of take paramount event of the yes, we have to rest the back. And plan, it's almost like a planning. I kind of see a sheet with different timetables, but planning and realizing that it's not about getting up, let's say at 9 and going till 6. It's about getting up at 9 and resting at 11. It's about going back again at 12 and resting at 2, then 2, and then to 5. So it's really about here to me is not pushing self at all, and also being aware that this is about, because of the number 14, 5, this is about keeping the energy all contained. So treatment time. I know the one power and one essence, which hopefully will infect my throat very, very quickly, is that there is one power and one essence. And as I speak my word for Kayla and her back, it's as though it's about not pushing. It's as though it's about allowing time to rest. We do, we rest. We do, we rest. We do, we rest throughout the day. And not 5 minutes. It needs to be longer so that the alignments can begin to let go and adjust. So I give thanks in knowing this, and I give thanks for Kayla so that she can move forward in the direction that she wants to go in. I didn't realize my voice was going to go husky tonight till a little late, which is unfortunate because it wasn't husky earlier. Okay, we're going to go back onto this now. Okay. Kayla says, feel the love and joy with each treatment, drink it in and absorb the wonderful energy. Yeah. Marion says, good evening, blessings to all. She's working the Tibetan bowl while I work my way. Karen Marcus, greetings, Norma. Greetings to you too. Husky voice and all. 5, 6, 10. So what we have here, and I'm going to, because I know you know the tarot, you know the symbols. Hierophant, Lovers, Wheel of Fortune. You don't, because we don't really know where this is pertaining. I'm just going to go generalization. 5 is the Hierophant, which says more knowledge is needed. In other words, we need a little bit more information. So do I need more information? Possibly. Do you need more information? More than likely. Because if you don't get all the information that is required, you're going to get confused. This is not a time period for whatever it is you're planning to have holes, if you know what I mean. You're going to make sure you know of all the T's across, the I's are dotted, because you need to be like the hub of the wheel, knowing where you're going. So the plan needs to be set very, very clearly, very, very effectively, in fact. So if you get into the confusion state, like, oh, it'll be all right, it won't matter, but, that kind of thinking, no, not going to work. So let's just do a treatment on this. I know that there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Karen, that there is a lot of knowledge here, which I know. But at times, it's like the knowledge that is there can get confusing. I know this, do I do that? I know this, do I do that? It's like, where do I draw this from? And that's where the 10 comes in to be like the hub of the wheel. You take it all and put it together and then begin to see which makes sense to you as to the direction that you're going to go in. I know that there is a power, and I know that you know the laws, and I know that you know you have the strength and the power of the direction of where to go. And for this knowingness, I definitely give thanks by saying, and so it is. I apologize immensely for this throat of mine. Ever since I've had the dental work done, I'm running into this and it drives me nuts because I'll be fine and then I'll begin to speak. Seems to be around speaking. Remy McKenzie says, hello, Norma. Hello. And down here, he says, looking for help with hip pain. Hang on, let me see. So that is Remy. Hip pain. Number 7, 11, 17. Okay. As I take a little quiet time here, it's just me tuning in, Remy, to the hip. 7 shows starting off in a new way, a new platform, a new awareness. And 11 really is about committing to that and then being able to balance the new way into your regular life. So the key here to me is number 11 is committing to the decision that you make in number 7 as to what to do with that pain. When we have a pain, we usually see somebody about it and they recommend this, that, or the other. And it's like once you are committed to the direction, you've got to believe, you've got to move forward and work it. You know, sometimes we have something and we think 1 or 2 weeks is going to fix it. And sometimes when it's like joints like hips, knees, etc., it can take a lot longer and it takes commitment. And that commitment is really big in this. You've got to commit to whatever it is you need to do, which is probably some form of exercise. So it says it is new. You commit and then you keep working it. You keep working it. You don't do it for 5 minutes. You don't do it just for a week. You do it for as long as you need to. Now, mental treatment for this. Knowing there is one power and one essence, I know as I speak my word for Remy, that there is strength in knowledge and awareness, and the preparedness that is needed for the clearing of the hip pain. And knowing hip pain, it's also being able to walk and move with freedom. Is that to pick what direction you want to do and be able to work with that? You know, it's like asking. Sometimes we have to ask for strength. Sometimes we have to ask for clarity. And sometimes we just have to follow the rule. And here the rule is pick which way you want to go, commit to it, and then work it. So the big step is commitment. And then because you're going to have to work it. And it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to be a little time. But you can always come back every Monday and we can check on it because that's where people find the big result. So I give thanks in the knowing that you now have what you're needing to do there and that it will be done. And I give thanks for this by releasing it, by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, Remy, Karen B. Well, I've had some fun here, I'll tell you, in the last day. Anyway, blessings and love to you and everyone. Bless you as well. I'm so glad I have a picture up and I learned something very new. Now I've got a lot of other little things to be taken care of with this computer, but anyhow, that's another story. May I have numbers for my daughter's biopsy tomorrow? Just give me a daughter's name. Okay, I'll just put daughter biopsy. And they are 618. Oh, 6 showing up again. No, that's all right. You can choose for it's all applicable. Don't have to worry about it. It's all part of the big cosmos. And we move from that. Okay, there is some confusion around this. And there is fear about it as well. But the key here is to believe. Seems lately I'm talking quite a bit about belief to people and trust. Belief and trust, having a basic philosophy that has that. So when when we get confused, we allow the fear to come up, and that's that 18. 6 is confusion anyway, but 18 is the danger point because it is really fear, worry, and it's deep. But 21 says we got to balance it. So really, it's like sitting down and saying, what's the result we want here? No matter what the result is, the next step will be followed. But fear, we can bury in the backyard. Uncertainty, we can bury in the backyard so that we can be free to balance, not through fear or worry or concern, but for the realization that the energy, that what I call the love source, but whatever you call that power out there, can work with you to create the end result you want. Trust, belief, knowing there is a power that loves you and cares about you and wants you the best for you. Do not give in to the fear. That is the biggest danger of all. Always look for the outcome you want and know that it'll be brought for you. I give thanks and the knowing. Let me just move this into a prayer mode. Knowing this force of power, whatever you want to call it, is there that loves, cares, and wants you to have the very, very best of everything. We know that we are part of that. And we release all fear and move into a state within of peace and love and awareness that you are supported in, well, your daughter is supported in all that she does. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks that she balances herself to work with what she needs to work with as she moves through her biopsy and proceeds forward to that. And I release this thought knowing that it is done, it is true, and it is good. And so it is. Okay, Tink Kaylin says, oh, thank you, Norma, for 2 insightful, loving treatments. Karen Micah says, thank you, so accurate. Wow, it looks like it's going to be one of those short, sweet things because I wrote in the basics that it was going to be like a radio show. And I did. And then it gets a little complicated to get back at that point to say, hey, guess what? I've now got the camera working. Wow. And you know what happened? I got a minute, I hope. You know what I did? It was a little murky one day. And so I got my cleanser and put thinking of my old computer, sprayed on it, wiped it. In wiping it, I triggered the hiding thing that hides the camera. I found out it has a little red dot. And the little red dot tells you, I can't see you. So that's like life sometimes. sometimes we forget that we are visible no matter what. And those thoughts that we have and that we work with and move for. So now I've got to look at my schedule and go back. What I was going to do Sunday morning was do the court cards of the cups on Are You Aware? On Wednesday, I'm not sure what I am doing on Wednesday morning because I've been so worried about this computer. And I hopefully have tomorrow morning um, for a man coming to fix my camera, but also do other things to make sure I'm a lot more happier with it, this new computer. Okay, well, it's short and sweet tonight, and that's fine with me. But next week, Monday nights, I'll have everything working. So we've got Wednesday morning. Somewhere I've got quite a few people are phoning. Sorry, I'm a bit talkative today. People have been phoning to make their appointments for their beginning of the year readings. So I've been quite busy with that. And but I'll get the Are You Aware? Maybe I'll have to wait till next Sunday to put it up because we've got to make sure we've got everything done. So you have all a good week. And Karen says, thanks, Norma. The treatment for our daughter, great reminder for us all. Yeah, I just did a big talk on that to one of my clients, long-time clients. We've done so much work. And it all comes down to having a belief and trusting the process, getting out of your head. Anyway, I wish you all well, whatever it is that you're planning on doing this week, that you enjoy, that it is effective. And, well, let's see. Next time I'm on is Wednesday morning. All the best. Bye now. Much love. Oh, just inviting up is we've got hi, Happy New Year. How may I get a reading with you? I do have a website, normacowie.com. I believe I don't look after it. I have someone who looks after it. I believe it tells you how to get hold of me. Yeah. So you can try that. Okay, Doug. Bye now.